How'd you go picking your first ever squad?
Yeah, it's been a big week. Obviously, we finalised our squad yesterday, and we'll take 21 and one emergency over tomorrow to Melbourne. We had some robust discussion around selection, and certainly the girls have given themselves a really good opportunity to be picked in that first team, but we feel really comfortable where the squad's at, and we can't wait to get over there tomorrow.
What did you look for, and what was rewarded from the girls?
Oh, certainly. We've rewarded strong pre-season training form, but also match simulation, and obviously we had the 2 practice matches. We look for a balanced side, and in terms of experience and youth, but also the balance of the midfield and forward line, back line structure. So we've certainly feel really confident and comfortable with the team that we've selected.
How do you feel you'll match up against Collingwood?
Yeah, I think we will match up well. We, as I've mentioned, we feel like we've got a really balanced team. Ultimate respect for the Collingwood Magpies. They've been in the competition for 3 years. Their pre-season form's been really solid, and we feel like the balance of our team will match up really well.
With 10 debutantes or 10 girls possibly playing their first game at this level of football, it's a really high number for a first game. What was your decision behind that?
Yeah, we have 10 girls that'll get their first opportunity to play AFLW in the Eagles jumper, which is a fantastic thing for those players. And if we looked at probably a bit closer at those players, a lot of them do have experience, obviously in the Waffle W, but also from Victorian VFLW. So I guess being an expansion team, we're always going to have girls who are on our list and are going to be playing for the first time. But again, we feel really comfortable about the selection of those girls, and they've really put in the work and put themselves in a really good position to be playing in round 1.
Out of those players, who should we really be keeping an eye on come Sunday?
I think you'd be keeping an eye on all of them, to be honest. But certainly there's some girls that'll get their opportunity. Tani Tester, a bit more experience in terms of her games played. We've got a young girl who playing the back line, Sophie McDonald, which we drafted from down in the lower southwest. We've got Hayley Bullis, who's a girl who's come to us via VFLW. So those girls will all play their role within the team, and certainly we're just excited to see all 10 of them pull on the blue and gold.
What's the feeling amongst the group? It is the history-making game. Everyone excited, nervous?
Yeah, there's a lot of excitement amongst the group, and certainly I think this week with our training has really helped just to sort of get them exercising and get them kicking footies to make sure that their levels of excitement are tempered a little bit, because we obviously we don't play till Sunday, so it's important that we just maintain a really consistent week for the group. And certainly tonight's final team meeting, we get on the plane tomorrow, settle ourselves in and make sure we're ready for Sunday.
The name that really jumps out at me is Sophie. You've already mentioned the centre half back. It's a big job for a young woman. How do you think she'll go in that area? And if you could compare her maybe for the fans' sake to an AFL player, who does she play like?
Yeah, she might not necessarily play centre half back. She'll play as a part of a defensive unit, and so her role will see her play on different opponents throughout the game. If I was to compare Sophie, she certainly reminds me of a player like a Brad Shepherd. She plays a little bit taller than she presents. She's got fantastic speed over a short distance, and her awareness and her composure are things that certainly stand out.
Collingwood got a massive coup during the off-season in Brianna Davey. Do you have a plan for her, and someone got to maybe like a Michaela run with her and learn a thing or two?
Oh no, we've got some plans in place for a lot of the Collingwood opponents. It's you mentioned Brianna Davey. She's a fantastic inside mid, a lot of experience, obviously crossing over from Carlton to join Collingwood. But no, we won't be singling out specific players. We've got roles in place with our girls, and certainly they'll be really clear on what's expected of them as a part of their role for our team.
Do you feel like the midfield of Paris Laurie, Emma Swanson, Dana Hooker, that strong midfield there, and maybe you're a little underestimated by some pundits because it is your first season, there is a bit of an unknown about the Eagles?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of unknown, I guess, around our squad. But again, I think we've tried to be really consistent with our messaging to our group, is that we prepare the way we want to prepare, and certainly give ourselves the best opportunity to be consistent in games and also competitive, and certainly we want that based off 4 quarters of effort. So our consistency and our messaging to our players has never wavered.
As an overall game style, how do you want your players to play? What sort of strengths do you think we'll see come to the fore?
Yeah, I think our game style, again, will be based off effort, and we feel confident that we've prepared our group in a way that they'll go into games feeling confident about their preparation. We know there's going to be some huge challenges coming up against some really good opposition that'll provide a lot of challenges. But again, we go back to what we're about, and the effort that I expect as the coach, and certainly the leaders within the team.
How about, so just quickly, Courtney Gard as a player? What can we expect to see from her as one of your Freo recruits?
Yeah, Courtney's she's had a fantastic pre-season. Courtney, she obviously came to us through the sign and trade period from Fremantle, where she played 1 game for Fremantle last year. She's certainly grown in her role within the leadership group. Her training standards are really high. She's worked a lot on parts of her game that she needed to, I guess, identify, and it's been a really consistent pre-season from her, and I think she'll give herself every chance now to be a really good role player within the team.
How important is this first game to establish your game style? I know you've had pre-season games, but this is the first real actual game.
Yeah, all the games are going to be important, and obviously we start this weekend, and we know as a club we want to try and get off to a really positive start, and we went over to Victoria 2 weeks ago to play a practice match, and feel like that gave us some confidence in what the travel will present, and certainly from a preparation point of view, I think we've learnt a lot from that experience. But we know come Sunday when that ball's bounced, there'll be 2 teams that are going hard at that footy, and we want to make a really good step forward in terms of what we want to be about as a team this season.
Touched on the pre-game emotions and tempering those, the excitement. Is that going to be possible with that many debutants, and how do you approach that?
I think it will be. What's really impressed me with this group has been their level of connection with each other, and certainly our leaders will be important in ensuring that they stay focused going into Sunday. But I guess if you look at it, there's going to be a level of excitement, some nerves from not only the players, but certainly the coaches and everyone involved in our group. But we'll take one step at a time. We make sure that we've got a lot of support around the players if they feel like they need to talk and ask any questions and bounce things off more experienced players, and we'll be really open and make sure that happens.
What's a pass mark for you coming into the weekend for your team?
A pass mark for us, the end of this weekend will be that we've given a really competitive, consistent effort over 4 quarters, and we know that if we do that, we'll give ourselves a chance to be in a position to hopefully win the game. And that starts with the opening bounce, and we look no further than a quarter time, and we make sure our players are really clear on their roles and their focuses within the game, and we just make sure our messaging is really consistent. And we know that if the girls are really clear on their roles, then they'll bring that effort over 4 quarters.
How important is the leadership of Anna Swanson and Dana Hooker in sort of bringing those 10 debutants, keeping them motivated through the game and keeping them at the best level they can be at?
Yeah, it's a really important thing for our leaders to show the way, but not only Emma and Dana. We've got Maddie Collier and Courtney as well, who will be playing on Sunday, and certainly there are other leaders within the team across each of the lines that will play a really important role in ensuring that the girls who are debuting are really focused and making sure that their concentration and their levels, I guess, of excitement are kept at a reasonable level.
On a similar note, how much of an asset has Michelle Cowan been, obviously without any freer recruits and also having led an inaugural side before?
Yeah, Michelle's been fantastic for me. Not only this week, but over the course of the pre-season, we've had some really positive and robust chats around what this season's going to present, and her knowledge and experience from having coached her own team has been invaluable for me. And you know, we're a coaching group that is on this journey with our players as well, and you know, we look forward to, again, those challenges that we'll present, but we're going to lean off each other just as much as you know, Michelle giving us insights into the AFLW world.